it will serve as a refresher for some of us. For some of us, it will be very important. Uh, the program is such that me, when I am called to go and give a training or maybe some advanced courses, I like it better than when I am called to go and train people on basics. The reason is simple. You see, the basics, you need to touch on a lot of things. Because when the basics are right, the person can work on, can build on. But when it is advanced, we take the people to know the basics, so we just work on it within a short time. So it may take time. When I came, people were asking me, how long are we going to spend here? But 3 days ago, we spent almost 5 hours. Yesterday, we spent 4 hours. Day one. So today, I am very sure we spend 3 to 2 hours. Because I can see a lot of gurus here, so some of the things are just that. And if I look, I know why it's based here. Yes. So, without wasting much time, let's just go to this is supercomputers and other computers. Supercomputers because they are mostly servers which contains data and they do not require any movement. They do not require any movement at all. You don't need to do it. The whole room now they are building that computer actually. Because if you bring a fan for the so air conditioners, those are supercomputers. Now these ones, they test fascinating computers because you can move them anywhere. You can carry. Yeah, the laptop share, but I do it. Desktop also can use it. Because they didn't know all desktop one. I'm not fully buying on the AC materials. You went somewhere, you got it, and you got it, which means you can carry it. So that's the desktop. The name desktop simply means you are keeping it on our desk. The laptop simply means you are keeping it on our laps. Or we keep those attempts on our laps. Okay, so let's now look at some of the supplements. We have the monitor one. Can somebody give us any contribution? Okay, the keyboard, thank you. And then, yes, sir. The mouse, thank you. And then, any component of system. So those are some of the components. Now, when it comes to laptop, it also have all the components. This is the monitor. Just that it is built together. It is built the monitor. This is the keyboard. It's built onto the system unit. System unit is and you have a keyboard. You have built the keyboard, the mouse, and then the other peripheral, other components in your built at the shape. The speakers, everything you have built it into the system unit. If you're interested, laptop in the system unit, or laptop in our keyboard or mouse. But just the difference is that instead of a physical mouse, this one is using a pad, so a mouse pad. So when you look closely on your mouse, the normal mouse you have, they have two clicks on it. The common one, the basic one. Some also have a very complex mouse. They have a very complex mouse, which we use for gaming and a whole lot of things. We use the mouse to do a lot of things. Considering the things they can do, it gives it a name. With a mouse, maybe over a year, that's one. And the chain will be a mouse. But basically, you see two clicks on the mouse, and then a wheel in the middle of the mouse pad can also do the same thing that the wheel on our normal mouse can do. And that is by putting two fingers all of a sudden you see one. When all your drivers are correct, the drivers are all machine to be there. All of a sudden you put the mouse pad is now be here. All of a sudden screw this is I manual. Wheel two click, the normal click or the left click is the normal click. So when we say click, we mean the left one. But the right click will give you more menu on whatsoever you are clicking on. If you are clicking also, and normal, what the right and the click here, it will give you additional menus and it will help you to know the other things you can use that particular icon or file you click on to do. So those are some of the basic components. We have also the printer, you can use it too, but it is not a basic component because the printer is an external component. Laptop, printer, it's actually we have also the projector as also an external component. It is not a basic component. You don't need the projector to be able to use your laptop or your desktop. So the things, the components you need to be able to use your laptop or desktop, those are termed as the basic components. All right. So thank you. If there are no questions, I'll just jump straight into Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and then we do Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Teams, Sway, Microsoft
Access.
yes, Microsoft a lot of. So questions behind your mind.
Your phone.
Let's go.
Yes,
Now when you
one
look
pipe.
closely on your monitors,
Your phone.
computer, we have certain things on the screen. The minimum they talk about where they are and some have a lot of things on it. Others have one or two, some even have only one. Some does not have at all. These little things are called icons. And if you ask me, I'll tell you icons are nothing. They are only representing something. Icons themselves are nothing. They are representatives of either a folder or a file or a program or a software. So the icons themselves will not give you anything. They will only help you to link up with the software you want to open, or with the file you want to open, or with the folder you want to open. So when you the type of icon tells what they can do. So when you look at this yellow one, it means it's a folder icon. It's a folder. It's a good example of a folder icon. Now, when you talk about a folder icon, we are only talking about something that can behave like a bag. We are only talking about something that can behave like a bag or a container. That is what the computer term as a folder. So a folder is something that you can keep other files and folders in. The bag is a swan. We wait till the bag is the bag is you get the answer and say bag. Actually, one man the same thing, the same way a folder can also contain other folders. The folder and also it is an extension of the Microsoft Explorer. The folder is an extension of Microsoft Explorer. So right now, if I should end the Explorer, if I should end the Explorer, everything must leave my screen because everything here is being supported by the Explorer. Now let's look to the processes and see. This is the my Windows Explorer. That is the Windows. Oh, good morning. Because Explorer need to be. So when we say Microsoft Explorer, we mean the interface that helps you to see what you have on the computer. Explorer not end here. You say, oh, I have blue screen. Explorer virus attack. When the Explorer is attacked by a virus, you will get the blue screen. In those days when Microsoft Windows was not that powerful, people used to develop software that can attack the Explorer, and then it will keep your screen either blue or green, or it can even end the task at once. Even one how much you know is because Explorer and yet so those are some of the things. So like I said earlier, the folder is just an extension, but other icons are not extensions because the folder You can see or create on any computer the folder. You can see or create on any computer, but some of the softwares you cannot see on any computer because the folder or the Explorer is also built into the software. Now we are entering a little bit deeper, so you pay attention. We have two types of software. When we talk about software, it is the program that is running on the computer. A software is simply a program that runs on a computer. Apart from a computer, a software cannot run anywhere. So any device that can run a software is a computer. Yesterday somebody asked, so our decoder, our multi-TV decoder and our DSTV decoder, are they computers? I said yes, they are computers because they are communicating. You are here in Ahomem. You are watching TV3 news. There is some communication going on. Earlier on when we said what can a computer do, I heard someone saying a computer can be used to communicate. So if a device with a software can communicate information from one location to the other, it is a computer. So your mobile phone is one of the greatest computers you have ever used. In fact, some of your mobile phones are even powerful than the laptops you carry. If only you can know your way around, you may not need a laptop or a desktop. You may not need because your phone can do almost anything that you want to use the computer. Alright, so let's start our Explorer again by using some shortcuts. If your Explorer ends, you just press the window key on your keyboard. You see there is a window key, Windows key on your keyboard. Here will be one of these. You just press and then you press R and then you wait small. If it is not coming, you just use the Control Alt and then delete. And then you look for taskbar. And then you look for taskbar, you say file, run new task, and then you type the X or Ra. Then you press the enter key. It will now load everything for you. If the Explorer starts, Explorer starts, it will now give you back your desktop and then your icons and your softwares, and then you can now start. Now, let's talk about one other thing. Let's talk about one other thing, and we leave it for questions. We talked about a folder. Now there are other ones on the screen. What are they? Can somebody help us? We know a folder now, but there are other ones which you cannot keep anything in them. These yellow ones you can keep, but these ones, what are they? All right. Okay, some are files. Okay. Anyone can contribute. It's a meeting. It's a meeting. 3 days ago, like I told you earlier, we spent 5 hours. Yesterday, we spent more than 4 hours, depending on how we are all trying to contribute. Today is 2 hours. Today, I mean, yes, it's a meeting. What's a Google meeting? And then you go back to the information you feel in one. And then you say, one thing. So, what we is I have to
Shortcuts to programs and some files.
some are shortcuts, and others are fast. And then others are also links. Okay, so a shortcut is also a link, but it has been given a new name. New name we say shortcut may be different from a link. So some are files, and then some are folders, and then others are shortcuts. They link up when you open them. They help you to launch a particular program. Okay, so I earlier on talked about software. We have two types. We have system software, and then we have the application software. Now, the application software you can get it anywhere. And you just open your Google Play Store because on your computer or on your phone you are running a system software. So to get an application software, you just open Google Play Store. Then you look for Foxbit. Foxbit. Just type Foxbit. And then you download Foxbit PDF reader. It may come handy later on during the project. some of us we have WPS Office, we have the other ones,
Adobe Acrobat.
Acrobat. They can help you edit a video because by the time we are closing from here, we must edit a PDF file. PDF, yeah, the form, yeah, and the form. Now, form, no, you don't use either our phones or our laptops. Into a laptop, no, I have the because Microsoft Edge, or on my web. You just pick, you enter it down. And Microsoft Edge, very neat. But say what the only laptop you have is your laptop or your phone or your computer is here. A bit now is the BIA can was in the bit there. You can desktop with iPhones. You can install the phone you. You can iPhones name. Man, man, yeah, can shortcut here. If you do so, iPhones need start. Start the same way. Start button. Yeah, and say start new later. That program is also new. Essentially, they are doing the same. Just that it must have also a issue. Oh, me here, me why they know, and me why they do it here. So you can do where they are, where they are. If they have a install, it means that you can download where and install it. But the system software is there to be there. There is no way you can open or launch. If you say my phone, you know to and map it is either the screen is crashed or the system software is not working properly. Oh, Obi Premier, why did you happen that? So when somebody calls you, I don't see the notification, I don't see the call contact name, I don't see the details. But so call not end there, maybe I'm not this call now. Those are faults that are developed or virus attacks on the system software. In the system software, they need to be your computer may everything must have your own pen. Oh, people who use and before when they get what I said, everything on their own. It means the system software is not working. Or you have downloaded an application software which the system software is not comfortable with. Say, Basa, the system it will it. And I said, what would download you have to sooner? It is system software. You need it to be able to use your computer, either a phone or a computer. You need it. But the application software, you can always download and install or uninstall or remove from it. So we are still on the basics. Now, we will try and create a new folder. We will try and create a new folder. So if your computers are here, you want to keep everything in one folder. So if your computers are here, you can also create a new folder on your phones. But this time with the phones, you may have to highlight the icon and move it onto another icon and it will automatically group them and it becomes a folder. That is how the Android is. But with a computer, you just right click anywhere there are no icons on the screen. You look for new and then you point to folder and you click on it and then you will see that it will highlight the writings beneath the folder you just created. It means that you can give it a name. If you don't want to give it a name, you just press enter and off and go. But if you want to give it a name, you now clear whatever is there and then you give it a name. But oh, I wanted to give it a name, but I couldn't type the name. And the blue highlight is gone. What do? You just come back, point your mouse at it, and then you right click on it, and then you look through the menu. So I told you that the right click always give you menu, additional menu, for you to know what other things that particular icon can do. So let me look through. The first one is open. I'm not trying to open. Okay. Pin. I'm not trying to pin. Add to. No. No Q. And Q, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to rename. Let me look through if I can see rename. Oh, there it is. Rename is down there. I just click on it. And then the blue highlight comes again. And I give it a name. Maybe ICT. Then I press enter. The enter key is there. There are two enter keys almost on any computer. Two enter keys, except those that do not have the mouse. But we are still dealing with basics of a computer, except those keyboards that do not have the mouse, the the number keypad. All right, you can see. So okay, so we need to do some of the no, you can see what your phone is. I think then check with you and it's a Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint is essentially the same program. Just that they changed the interface to help you do other tasks faster. Like the Microsoft Excel will help you do some calculation or put in some formulas faster or quick. So when we talk about Excel, there is not a single formula on this planet that Excel cannot understand. The only problem will come from you, the user. When you are entering the formula and you make a mistake, you may be confusing Excel. Either than that, Excel can be used to calculate anything except calculation you may use for that. That will be the answer. And then Microsoft Word they can be used to also calculate, but usually we mainly use it to type letters, our CVs, to design our flyers, to design our posters, and a lot more. The same way, PowerPoint, we use it mainly to present our talks, our shows, so we call that presentation. And they design the interface to help you do it faster. It does not mean you cannot use Word to design a presentation. You can use Word to design a presentation. It does not mean you cannot use Excel to design a presentation. You can still use Excel to do that. Just that they change the interface and the looks to make what you want to do faster for you. So that's it. Essentially, yeah, simple. So let's just find out. Our folder is open. Let's go to start and then launch our Word, Microsoft Word. Let's launch our Word on our computers. If you have it on your phone, you can launch it as well. It is the same thing, essentially the same thing. Okay. So Microsoft Word is launched. The first thing you see from your screen, Microsoft Word will greet you and it casts across the rest of the Office software. It will greet you, good morning. And then from there, we look at the first area, the blue area is where we get our first set of menus. When we enter Excel, when we enter the main interface and come back here, we will see additional set of menus. But this time, it gives you only three, and then it gives you additional three options. What we see down here are options. What we see up here are menus. What are menus? They are action buttons. They help you to do certain actions. Like home will help you to assess what you want to do. Are you trying to create a new document or a blank document? The home will tell you. The home will also help you to assess templates. And then home will also give you the recent documents you use Word to do. So if you look close, we down launch. So what we do, see the title will contain the name. So there is no way you cannot see Word here. If we launch Excel, there is no way we will not see Excel here. If we launch PowerPoint, it's same. So new will not tell you what you did. New, the new button there will not tell you what you did. The new button there will only help you to access a blank document or a template you want to use. And if you are connected to the internet, it will give you additional templates. Very interesting. Nowadays, you can do a lot with Microsoft Word. Now, when after we finish the basics, I will entreat you to go on and learn a little more. By the time you do, you will not be going to the internet cafes for a lot of things. But remember, I was not about to print a CV. You will not need the internet cafe. You have a scanner with you. You have a scanner with you. Yeah, well, I gave me an only scanner. Be our scanner. And your scanner is your mobile phone. It's built in. So the mobile phone can engage like a scanner. They go down also scanner. They can look it. Yeah. There is a scanner software and application software we talked about earlier on. So you just look the Google Play Store. You look for any scanner application. You download. I prefer Chrome Scan or Chrome Scan. I prefer that one because it can do a lot of things. You can use it to sign your signature. You can even use it to store your signature somewhere. Anytime you feel like I'm just go there, you pick the signature, you tell it to, you tell the location you want to sign, you just put there and bam, your signature will just be there. And off you go, you just send the form to wherever you're sending it. So you have a scanner machine. It is scan and then you get it. But if you want to buy the printer all in one, it also have a scanner and a photocopier and all. Anyone will be one man. They almost the same. They read everything. So new will only help you to access new templates both offline and online, and then the blank document. Now, open. When we say open, open will now help you to either open a document you just work on, or to access a document you downloaded from the internet. It's a download the internet and so the computer as well. Do the open and the one. Now to look for something to open, you either use the browse. You either use the browse or you just come here and search for it if you know the internet. When you look through your computer, bring it, then you are good to go. They say, anything but what do we want to do? We want to create a new blank document. So we just go back to home or new. Because what home does, they say, a company new and home, and the money can't but in the end, the entire interface here. So new, and then click on the last document. You click, if it is not working, you double click. So this is our blank document, and like I said earlier, we are across. Everything here has across the rest of the software, in Microsoft Office. Now, the first line we talk about is the title bar. There is still search bar here. When they put search bar, I can come and get me enter file here, and now online file here. The next bar is the menu bar. Those days, when we were using Microsoft Office 95 and then 98, those days, when you click on any menu, it will drop down like you are. It will drop down like what we saw earlier when we right click on a folder. For example, if I should right click on this folder, this is the menu. This menu. In those days, this is how Microsoft Word looked like. This is how it looked like. When you click the menus, this is how they will pop out. But these days, they have changed the interface entirely. We are now using what we call a ribbon. We are now using what we call a ribbon. So the ribbon is the board. Ribbon is the board you see here. The board, the entire board you see here. And the ribbon is divided into sections. You have some small lines. We have some small lines. It divides the ribbon into sections. And it tells you that each section can help you do some what we call formatting. They are there to help you format your document to your preference, to your personal way. At the end of the day, there are sections on the ribbon to help you format your document the way you want it, the way you like it. So sometimes you may launch Microsoft Word, and this is how it will appear. Yesterday, somebody said, maybe they need to ribbon now. You, yeah. Just that some of our screens, like this laptop, the screen is so small, so automatically Word can suggest that for you to get a bigger area to work on, it will automatically minimize the ribbon for you so that you get a larger area to work, a larger area to work. So, and this area we are working on has a name. Can somebody help me with the name of the area we are working on? When it comes to work, the area is called what? Anybody can help. We are in a meeting. Isn't that cool? Working area. Working area. Okay, thank you. It's a good attempt. It has a name. That area. Yes, it's document area. Document area. Thank you. Has any more? Why do you? Let me try. All right. Page. So the name is a page. Now to see the name, just come down here and look. You come down here and it will tell you the current page number in the document. So the entire word is a word document application. But the area where you are working is the page. So automatically, when you have more than one area you are working on, word will automatically be telling you that page 1 of 1, page 3 of 5, page 7 of 20. Word automatically tells. So in Word, we work on pages. When we get to SL, we will realize that SL does not work with pages. And then when we get to PowerPoint, we will also realize that PowerPoint does not work with pages. They all have their different names, but essentially they are the same thing. They are serving the same purpose. Okay, so to bring back our ribbon, we just click on any of the menus, maybe home. We click on home and it will pop up again. We use or we choose whatever we want to do, and then after that, when we click out, it will now minimize again. But if we want to keep it permanent, we click on home, and then we go to the tail end here. The tail end here, it will say pin the ribbon. Just click on it, and it is there permanent. It will always be there. Which it does not mean only home have it. All the menus have their set of rules. So it says there are new commands or action buttons on insert ribbon, draw, there are new commands, and then design, there are new set of designs, and then layout. So let me quickly now run through and then we do something small. Okay, so let's now try for the sake of time. For the first time, we saw open, new, and then open. And then we saw this options. But this time it is adding info, save as, print, share, export, transform, and then close. It is adding all these things to our file menu. So what we want to do is load a template. So this is a blank document, and the rest are templates. This is what? I just selected extended CV. So nowadays you don't need to go to the internet cafe and then tell them, give them your information or give out your information for them to create a CV for you. You just launch any of these templates, and then where it says put your name, you put your name. Where it says put your experiences, you put your experiences. Where it says put your education, you have your education from secondary or maybe basic, secondary, tertiary, and then all there is. You add them, and then you are good to go. And all the courses you may have done, you add them to your experiences and what you can do, and off you go. So let's now try one CV. We are trying one CV. The previous days we were trying letters and reports. Now let's try a CV. Click on extended CV on or any CV you may have, any template. That is a CV template. Just click on it and then you click on create. You click on it once and then you click on create. And then you wait for Word to do its magic. Yes, you wait for Word to do its magic. So you have a CV here. You do not have a CV. You must have a CV. So you don't have a CV.
Yeah.
Okay, so it means you must go to file. Let's go to file again, and then go to new. Let's go to file again and then go to new. New. Let's put down here. If we are there, we have to see. Okay, so we have it, we have it, we have it. On our laptop, it is called what resume? Chronological resume or essential resume. Essential or origin resume. You can choose any. So let's use the chronological resume. Let's use that one for us all to be on the same page. Let's use the because it is the same way. It is the same as the standard I'm using here. It is the same as the standard I'm using. Let's all be on the same. Use it. When your insertion point is new, the area you want to paste, there is no way that will happen. It always, yeah, when you want to type something, you want to type media. So to highlight, you bring your pointer or your blinker, your pointer, it becomes an italic symbol. You highlight, you click and hold, and then you highlight, and then you type your name.
Top, top. Yeah. I'll go, yeah.
And then where it says phone number, we're going to edit our resume. Where it says your phone number, you put your phone number. Then where it says your email address, you put your email address. Like I told you, you highlight, you click, and then you drag over it. Click, and you drag. Click and drag. Click and drag. We are doing it together. Your title, your email address, and those details. Your job title. So the first one is user or the name you may have registered your computer with. So this one we just change and put our name there. Where we have user or whatever name you have there, we just highlight and then put our name. Okay. Now job title. Your current job title. So put then
Your name.
you see the job title is repeating. So we will now use what we call delete. So we click at the tail end of what we want to clear, and then we use the backspace or we
Yeah,
highlight
space bar.
and then say delete. But sometimes when you are highlighting and you don't take care, you highlight an entire area and you delete an entire something you have keyed, an entire text you have typed yourself. You may affect it. So make sure your insertion point is at the area you want to clear, and then you start by the backspace, and then you clean it. You press the backspace, and then you clean it. Okay, so let's go down. Let's go down, down. We now see our addresses. We now see our address 1, address 2, then the city, then the zip code, and then we see our telephone number, email address, and if you have a website like OSB, you put your website. So that is the first section. We will finish with this and then we get to the second section. Now, we may be using some of the tools we have on our record to format the entire work we are doing. So let's enter an address. So it says address. You see, when you click, it highlights the whole text there. It means that you must make sure you know what you are entering there. So this requires your address and then your city, your zip code, and everything. When you start entering it, you clear everything, or you just press the backspace to delete what you the block, my normal the block. Then I will also add my normal Fanteakwa no business education office. Okay, so I am done. Then here, telephone number, it will not highlight everything like it did the first one. The first one is an address, your address. So that one, everything there, address one, address two, and whatever is there will be highlighted together. Then the key in what is your address. If you have a zip code, and some of us have zip codes, we do not yet know that those are our zip codes. What is the zip code for this block? What is the zip code for this block?
During NIA training, we were being told that the first four digits after the EF, the first four plus the power plus the EF is the zip code.
Yes. So most of us here do not know we have zip codes. So we have our zip code. It is the first four digits after your ER. So the ER is just area. If you are somewhere in
EF, EF,
EF,
yes,
EF, Eastern Fanteakwa.
yes.
So if you are somewhere in Guam, you will not see EF. You see a different alphabet. So that is that. So our zip code here, this block is EF what? EF something something. So the first four digits is somewhere. 2260. Yes, number. Yes. 2260. 2260. That's the zip code. So you add the zip code. You can add the entire GPS address. Okay, so let's add our telephone number. 024278. And we add our email address. So I don't have the website. I'll just put now or not yet or not applicable. Okay, so that is the basis of word. We can quickly jump unless you want to do a little formatting. So what we did is called editing. What we did right now is called editing in Microsoft Word. It is called editing in Microsoft Word. Now, when you look closely on the objectives, it is telling you what you can put there. Some of the things you can put there. So, getting a perfect job now is challenging, but a great looking resume doesn't have to be. We provided a few tips. So need another experience education plan. So objectives. These are the things you usually seek to do or you profess to do. Even though you are a teacher, you are also looking to do more. And that is why you are applying to whatever company you are applying to. So that serves as your objective. You know, nowadays people are so lazy reading. So put your objectives first. Like you are writing an application letter, put your objective right under the topic. So that if the person reads only one paragraph, he may get what you mean. But if you put your main objective down there, by the time you finish reading, my name is so and so. I come from this part of the world. I am married. I have two kids. I'm so and so. I do this. Now, I'll wait. Just read on. I will tell you why I am writing this application very soon. Keep reading. If you do that, nobody will continue reading. Just read them. So the objectives now will just come first. Then the experience. So after putting down your objective, what you can do or what you profess to do in that particular office or company, you now tell the company your experience down here. So from this so and so to this so and so, this is where I was working. I worked as a data analyst. I did that did this I'm training, I did that. You put everything you can do and you have done before there because you may be having supporting certificates and programs you have participated. So that becomes your experience. Now, positions you might have held, they are all part of your experiences. Now we come to education. When you go down a little bit, you see education down there. If we are all following, you see education. Now with education, also from what date to what date? Where were you? I was at maybe so and so JSS. Nowadays we don't call it JSS, we call it JHS. But you want the person to know they said, where to deliver. And you attended so and so SSS. Where to deliver, who goes to attend? So they have an own team. Okay, so you put all those details there. You went to Valley View, you went to Unibar, you went to Gipos, you went to University, Science and Technology. You put all your educational certificate acquisitions, you put them there. Maybe after you know, then off you go. And then you can also put you put your degrees down. If you know what 3 degrees, if you know 4 or 5, then you now get so you put your degrees down and you are going. So now your references, your references. Hello? Hello? Are we on the same page? So your references, are we on your references? Your references become the people you have worked with. My name is Mr. Bunu Ayewa. My name is Mr. Adi Ayewa. My name is Juan Ayewa. You mentioned their names. They are still living. They are still alive. You may have their telephone numbers. You mention the name. You mention the position he was holding at the time. And then you put the telephone number there. So whoever you are applying to can pick the number and call. Hello, so do you know Mr. So why? Then he says he worked with you some time ago in Fanteakwa district. He was a teacher here. You were then this so yes, he was a headmaster at Obomo, PDHS, yes. I worked with you. He was very good. He even bought a projector to the school. He did a lot of things. So all those things can also. So your references are very important. Your references are very important. And then if you have some other photos, and then we didn't want the photo right now on photos in Quran already. Where the telling Tia at the two as you space there, I don't want to waste it. Is where the telling time we university, HB, I was sharing the information and the country out to work. I do maybe an hour, I was shot like you, be away from that. Still, the young lady, when you put the photo in the shower, anybody got an experience in the corresponding photo.
Yes, I want you to redeem it.
You want to
I want you to redeem
go and draw by, and then go to home, click on home, and then look for the space there. This space is not called Calibri body. The space there is not called Calibri body. The space there is called the font type. That is the space. So the font type we are using is the name you see there, which means that name can be changed depending on what font you are using. So let's click on the small arrow pointing down. The small arrow pointing down. And you can get other fonts and then you use it. So my box normally uses area narrow. So I click on it and area narrow is chosen. I click on it and area narrow. Yes, area narrow is chosen. And then I increase the size by, we see 10 here. 10, the 10 there, the space there is not called 10. But the space there is the font size. So when you click on the arrow pointing down just after that space, you get to choose more font sizes. And the font size is just how big or small the text you have on the page look like. How big or small. That is the font size. So we can choose maybe 12. We make it 14. make it a little bit bigger. Yes. And then we can choose to golden it. We are still forward. We can choose to golden it. We click on the B to make it bold so that it can stand out. Now we want to do the same thing with only the telephone number. For the email address, we don't want to touch it. But we want to do the same thing with only the telephone number. But we don't want to go through the same process of having to choose the font type and then choose the font size and bold it and do that. The only thing we can do is that we click on any of the previous edited text. I don't know when we click on any of the previous edited text, we can highlight or we can click in the middle of any of the text. And then we come down here and look for the paint brush there. It is called the format painter. The format painter. You click on it once, and then you come and click on the telephone number once. You can highlight, you just click in the middle once. Then boom. It will bring the same format down there for you. Instead of having to go to the same you just click to bring the format, paint the text you have there with the same format as the previous. So that is that for formatting. We have done basic formatting for text Microsoft Word. Can we jump to the next? We can jump to the next. Now you can send that. I saw somebody typing a letter and then by the time they finished with the address, he was exhausted because he had to press the space bar. I saw press the space bar. What charges? See the new one. There's no need. There's no need. So let's quickly save our document by clicking on File, Save As, and then let's click on Browse down here. Browse down here. We click on it, and then we look at the side here in the dialog box which appears. This small box is called a dialog box. The side here, the left side here, we look for desktop because that's where we created our first folder. We want to save everything in our folder so that anything we are doing here be one place. So we click on desktop and then we look for the folder we created. I named mine ICT training. I don't know what name we gave to you. I don't know what name we gave to you. So I named mine ICT training. So I'll click on it and come down here and click on copy. And then come here. You see, there is a file name. There is a file name. It means you can give the file you are saving a name. There is also a save as type box here, which means you can now tell Word that this file I am saving is a Word document or it is a micro-enabled document. So you see, you can still do macros. You can still do macros in Microsoft Word. I usually use them in Microsoft Excel and maybe Microsoft Access. But I know that you can, provided you know your way around, then you can also save it as template. If you go on there, send this template, we have our seven filling template with the whole higher you. Nowadays, that is how we do it. The actual is they send it via our platform. So you can save it as a template. You can also save it as PDF. So you just you just save it as PDF instead of having to convert. No, we are copy up to the phone. No, I got download PDF converter. No, Play Store. And some of the converted word now we're born into it. You don't need that. You just save it as PDF. The document will be saved as PDF. And then other type. So that is that. This time we are only saving it as Word document. We are saving it as Word document. And automatically, because the resume you were typing or you were editing contained your name, the name you put there will automatically become the author of the document you are saving. But here, when the document will be able to say, you are the author of that particular document. So that is it. So now we give the name as CV1. 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 The Sevu CV1. Now, these are some of the things you can do. These are some of the things on your new blank document. These are some of the things you can do. When you have a test, say BB, what the next one? I just did something. I went to my old document, highlighted the test, Control C, copy, Control C. So we are now learning some shortcuts. Control C, copy. And then I went back to the blank document, which is the new one I've just opened. I just went to file new blank document. It gave me a blank space. And then I pressed Control V to paste the content I copied. So Control C will copy, Control V will paste. So if you are asked, maybe later on, that what do you think Control C and then Control V can do, and you see the options, can copy and paste, it means that is your answer. You choose to copy both. So I just pasted what I copied. Now, this content, I can bold it by clicking on V. I can remove the bold. I can also italicize it. I can also underline everything. So don't print your letter and then bring it on your desk. Use a ruler to underline the head. You can underline it. Yes. So that is underlined. And then you can also center it. There is no need pressing your space bar. See, you can center your document. Machine no have it. But so the pressing control and the one blank page. The best at the end. I'm on the blank page. The best at the end. Now, this is what I was talking about. What highlight here? You can center it. Which not centering, you can also align it to the left. But you don't need baby, one of the medium break, and now or shifting, or mere shifting. When okay keyboard this one, there is a tab key. When you press on the tab key, it will now begin to shift your entire text. The address I want to see now the tab key will shift. What is that key? But so keyboard no be a tab key net one that. If you do the chassis, you can use what we call the right and left indent. See at the top there, you can decrease the indent or increase the indent. That is the third section of what we have under home, the ribbon. So that arrow is the negative way. The first one, the second one, so that is that. Now, you can also use bullets. You have to create a bulleted list, you use bullet. To create a numbered list, you use number. So, we have bullets. A bulletin. Bulletin, the actual original you can bring the arrow, the small arrow, in order to see the object. And the same way, you can also use the numbering this thing to create numbers. So, eventually from bullet to numbers. You can also change how the numbering looks like. 2.0 or first, second, third, until we are going to do what should we use? You want to say, what about number? What the numbering about? What actually numbering say? You don't want the normal ABCD or the normal 1, 2, 3, but you want the first, second, third, and so that to be able to be a family partner or printing down or not. You say, well, I'm going to do now, or something. I'm going to where do that. But you do Excel and you say, oh, send Excel for it to me in this that is that. We will end here with word and then jump straight to the next. Don't save, and then it will not save. Just click it. Okay, so now let's quickly jump to Microsoft Excel. Microsoft interface as Microsoft Word, except the working area. The working area. Maybe I'll be able to. The other areas are essentially the same. It has a file, it has it. Let's launch it. Start Excel and launch our Microsoft. Now, when launch it, Nigeria, we have essentially the same everything. We have essentially the same. So start Excel. Obiara misa me back mame enye compensation. Obiara misa me once. Na me enye compensation. This area is the desktop as we usually know. It is the desktop. And why do you think we call it the desktop? Why do you think we call it? What do you think? No, the computer the deal the one ounce. And the different desktop. I just say everything where the folders are setting. Okay, thank you. Because it is the top of our desk. When we come to this, when we enter this classroom, this or this is your desk, and on top of your desk, you're having your computer, or your pen, your mouse, and other things. And these days on the computer, on what you mean here is any number, so very icons. A bit now, I'm saying number. It's in the wall or your desktop. You know, your icons. It's a bit cheap, but why didn't I consider that I did it? So the desk, the top of our desk, desktop, the top of our desk. So that is our desk. That's our working area, main working area on the computer. Now down here we have a bar here. That bar is the task bar. Anyone can get the original icons, which means that you can decide to put your own icons on the taskbar, or you can remove some icons you think are not essential to you. Come on, here, you can remove them. Okay, that's all.
Is the Explorer you spoke earlier about, is it different from the desktop?
Okay, thank you very much. The Explorer is not different from the desktop. The Explorer has extensions. So one extension of the Explorer is the desktop. One extension of the Explorer is the taskbar. One extension of the Explorer is the start menu, the start menu, the button on the menu. One extension of the Explorer is the folder. Folder they will be a computer, but programs are really more on laptops. But folder there, that yellow, so thank you for that. So let's launch a blank new because it is the same thing. Okay, the same thing. You be aware, you see at the back, we share a good morning, you see about what we share a good afternoon. And you open new open the same option. So let's click on new our blank web book, and then we open, we enter into Excel, and then now you can our title bar, our menu bar, it has the ribbon, and then there is a small bar beneath the ribbon, which was not found on Microsoft Word. And that, my friend, is the new
Blank.
changes.
Blank.
And then after that new bar, we have some A, B, C, D line. And then the other side also has some 1, 2, 3 lines. They are all the new things we see with Microsoft Excel. Now, here's something that new view. When we look closely, we watch closely on the menu, we see file, we see home, we see insert, we see page layout, we saw them with Microsoft Word. But we see a new thing, formulas. It was not found on Microsoft Word. But we can add formulas to our Microsoft Word revenue. We may not be able to add it to our menu, but we can add it to the revenue. So that we get formulas with Word. Like I said earlier. And then you have it the same thing. But I said, we use the officer when you have one here. But I said, how I need to watch it. I said, you design it with interface, no more calculation, formula. Yɛnyɛ wei interface ne mmɔ ɔmo nyɛ presentation ho adwuma. Yɛnyɛ wei interface ne mmɔ ɔmo ɛnyɛ documents, letters, flyers, posters ho adwuma. And that is why Microsoft Office is subdivided into Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, Publisher, and also the Publisher. And now the AI is tidy your magazines. Publisher, the tidy your magazines and then greeting cards. Greeting cards. You also be able to greeting card be a card here. If you want to be put in oh yeah, then oh yeah, sir. Because baby, if you send a greeting card to me, but the greeting card in the status best say African and go change them. Just say anything for the now, but the time we need African. Me and saying the special that I can see. Now, the formula bar is just the formula menu. When you click on it, but once. Be able to have when you're in insert function, so you can insert a function or do some. Yes, you can do insertion. Okay. Yes. And there is also an insertion point here. There is also an insertion point here. Usually, the insertion point is a box when it comes to Microsoft Excel. Now, functions here are in and no more I get to do a hammer, a bar. And no more I get to do a hammer, a bar. Buy a one, buy a one, and one. You may be count, anyone, when it comes to some, there is a small arrow. There is a small arrow. You can use it to calculate the average. You can use it to count. You can use it to check the maximum, the minimum. When you come to this financials, any of the degree, one accounting, the functions degree, functions degree, when it comes to logicals, so if functions, if error, the right match, for the meantime. It's those functions, but for the sake of our training, we'll be doing some basic formulas, some basic functions. Now, let's look at this area. Beneath the first box we see on the function bar is A1, and it changes. C3. It keeps changing, and from what you are seeing, it tells you that wherever you click, wherever your insertion point goes, the name also changes. The actual say, the whole type of the and the whole type of one. The type of you can say, my type one is that's what it means. So, for the sake of our training, let's click on cell B2. Why do you think they are called cell B2 or B3 or H5 or so? Why do you think they are called? I didn't think they're friends. I didn't think they're friends. Wait me, boy. It's a meeting. Madam, wait me, boy. Father, this. I'm Brown. Is there a real?
They are named according to the rows and the columns.
So yeah, those are your rows and columns. Now you need your work. We can also get rows and columns. If we insert the table in the way, immediately we insert the table, we now get rows and columns. I table is your rows and columns. So we name them after the row and then a column. So the A, B, C, D are rows. Sorry, the A, B, C, D are columns. These are 1, 2, 3 are rows. 3 rows. The A, B, C, D are columns. Column A, column B, column C, column D. You can also enlarge this one. when you check on your ribbon, you may not be seeing on your office. It is because this one is office 365. 365. And we will create account and get access to it. See here, if you create account, see here. So what account that there's no problem. But Microsoft account and a Microsoft email address that there's no problem. But as a we will not create a new email address at the Howard Business email address across the board. We will be using your old email address, your gmail.com now, we will phone you that. You will use to our way to see that. And what you use, Microsoft will accept your old email address. Now, or the creating email address amount. And only better to access to Office 365. The only difference is that you may have to be, anytime you want to access it, you may have an internet connection. You may have an internet. In fact, this is Office 365, but if I want to use some of the functions, like the dictate function, if I want to use it, I say, instead of typing, I just press and make sure that the microphone I make and it will detect everything. I'm not actually here. What I do now? Come on. Maybe I'm my head correction. It will be. I'm before saying I want to do here. Now I'm telling you, kind now my head correction. And very soon we will have access. So that anytime we want to use it, we will just log in, load it, and then use it. Loading is not. It will not take much of your data when you do it. And I think I will be able to download the
But I hope you will support with free Wi-Fi, right? I hope you support us with Wi-Fi.
You may have to be using your phone's because we are down since last month. Data, Wi-Fi, anything. It's funny. Oh, say every month there is an attached this router.
Yeah,
That
okay.
you carry around. People use over there. When it is working, you just take it and go and use it forever. But in the it says Wednesday, meeting, if you are buying for Monday to this is empty and 40 cities. What's more about and invite the okay. That is the first. Now, as I type along, I want you to be telling me what is happening. Something will happen. Now, we realize that Sanke Yamano title. I said these are names, by and type, but we can still give it. We can give a space here. We can insert a space, and then we give the title because we still want to keep this space. The title of our engineering. You just highlight the first row after the space and you check and it is number 6. Just click on 6, it will highlight the entire row and then you right click on 6 and then you say insert and then it will give you another free row where you can now say name and then use the tab key to jump to the right side of it instead of press enter to come down. If you use the tab key to do it, so you use the tab key and say name, age, sex, maybe 3 times a day, and then maybe the various subjects are Greek, mass, agric mass now. If you don't find a class, all the agric mass, and I'll check into a year. And now we add the 2 towers. And then maybe you add the 70%. 70% total. Okay, now the age of a for the sake of time, let's just use a random age. Until we are telling use a random age of so to use a random age, you say it's equal to round between run between R, A, and D between, and then you say maybe age 9 to age 15, and then you close the bracket, and then you press enter. So you just click on it again, and then when you bring the pointer, you see on Excel the pointer is a plus sign, a high plus sign. So I want to bring it when you are at an insertion point and you bring it at the tail end of that insertion point. The black plus sign changes to a black sign. The white black plus sign changes to a black plus sign. It means you can do other functions with it. So
Please kindly repeat the round again.
okay. So what I did is that I just made sure I was under the T. Yes, under the T.
Yes.
We are trying to bring random ages from maybe age 9 or 8 to maybe 15. So you just click there, and then you press equal sign.
Where should we click, please?
You click on the under the age. I have done it already, so let me clear it. You can clear it by saying undo. You see the undo sign is there. So we discover new things as we go along. We discover new things as we go along. So undo, clear. So we click under the age, the box under the age. It will be C7. It will be C7. And the great lines are not there for nothing. They are there for something. They are there to guide you. Oh, oh no. Anything, there's no distraction in it. Oh no, I want that. The interaction makes it faster. And my content. And under the age, cell C7, you click on it. But once the MS and a bedroom, maybe I can become a but to get draw attention because so we can increase the size of that particular column by going to the column name. The column name is B. You will say B column no as our test. Okay, you see increase. The anchor B in every year, line or the anchor so you go down the mouse. Left, click. You hold it down. May and drag it. You drag it to every year. Then we release. You release here. But it was a so I'm almost with DJs and also at record necessary. It also could be it could be a movie here. It could be a movie here. Creating so much space like it, we don't need that space. I'm not too much. What do we do? What do we do?
We have to make some cells.
What we can do is just merge some cells. Thank you very much. We merge. Into cells now, we can merge one or two. So we merge them by highlighting both cells. Going to the top there, we click on home. If maybe we are at the set, we click on home, and then we look for merge and center, and then we click on it, and automatically it will merge and center, and then we now go back and align it to the left so that it will be in line. Okay, so the age we say is equal to, we are now putting formulas. So we can do that by clicking on the area where the insertion point is. We can go to the formula bar also, or the formula bar there. It will click on formula bar this one. Then you put is equal to. Then you put R A N G B T W between. Rand between the type of rand between. Sir. Yes. Please, can you slow down? Formula bar equal to. You go to the formula bar and you write run between
Run.
R-A-N-D. R-A-N-D. The first number or the first age, comma, the last age. So we want to put a random between. We want to generate ages randomly between 9 and the age of 15. So that is it. Run between. Immediately you start typing, Excel will bring you the formula. What Excel will type Excel, so there is no way you can spell it wrong. It is what I do here, not saying that here. Just press enter. It will give you the first random date. Oh, the equal to sign is there. You must press it. You are typing. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, manual typing. Run between. We have already done. We click on it. We come to the right corner of that insertion point. We come to the right corner. The pointer will change to a black plus sign. It means we can now click and go, and then we draw it down until we reach where we want to go. We release, and then it will now give us the ages. Randomly, remember the ages between the 9 and the 15. Now, how many ages do we have?
The one man too. After inserting the 9 to 15, you said you press your volume.
Also, I was saying that whenever you click on any insertion point, there are setters in the click on what the point on the right down corner of the insertion point now the cell now. Point time changes. Normally this is how the pointer looks like white. But when you take it there, it changes. It means you can do what that is. When you click and hold down, it will proceed. Let it change to once a real not a habit. The real not a something the old age because on the enter formula. But we want to apply that formula to all these cells. And to do that, we go to the insertion point. We look for that small dot at the right down corner. We click and go and then we drag. What clicking one will do it will not drag. All clicking one will do it will drag. Then the steps in the media. The steps in the area stop whatever you are doing. Just stop if you follow you understand. And this you will consume in whatever you are doing, and by the time you come back, you read random function. So random functions keep changing, but as a random function, yeah, not changing. So we have static functions and random. We are not going to use it, we are only doing this, so let's keep it. Now, agree, yeah. And I read you are generating random functions. It's generating for random functions. You need is equal to it will be a what type of idea. It will appear on the formula. But I only went there for you to know that you can also select your insertion point and go and type the formula there. If you want to see it. Random between 72 and the end, you just use command to represent 72 and 99. This is a yeah. For aggregate. It is the same function, and no mass. It is now to drag and hold and drag and hold. I thought I'd be an area for I said, there is a shortcut or a very short, simple way of doing that. You just bring the pointer to the same point. From point at the same point. Now, instead of holding down and dragging, just double click. Boom, it will do it for you. It's instead of dragging layer of the very simple way of doing it is just go there and double click. it will apply the functions. Of course, this is BB Waha. Saka BB Eniha. Saka BB Eniha Moa. And I capture the same double figure. Or they apply function now to see where I see the last cell. But because if you are automatically what you are saying, you are applying to only the area you have content. So that's the difference. It's over here. That's I apply, I have to sit down one. And yet, it tells you, say, the air custom. Custom because the BA need in the of course, the data somewhere will be different swap, and also end it at the tail end of the data we have there. Now the totals. The total, you know, how can we calculate the total? Right now, we want to calculate the totals. Totals. We want to calculate the totals. We want to calculate the totals. The totals of
So equal to
equal to
then sum.
the sum SUM.
Bracket open.
Bracket open. It is the same anywhere.
Then you select the first cell that you have the max in.
Or if you can type, you say E7. E7.
And you pick the last cell that you want to do the summation.
Okay. Then F what? F7. And then close the bracket. Then close the bracket to give you the sum. Now, if you want to calculate the sum for the rest, just double click. Say the head now. To calculate the sum for you. Now, calculate the sum now. Now, if you want the percentage, you want 70% of this 2,000 we have here. How do we calculate the 70%? How do we calculate the 70% of what we have here? 70% of what we have. So it is equal to this times 70%. Very simple. Now we press enter. And 1. So this 121 is 70% of the total. But we just realized that we don't need this. Yeah, let's make the PowerPoint. And you can catch yourself. Office, Microsoft Office here, where Excel PowerPoint, they are almost essentially the same. Yes, they have defined the base program. A bit to apply among the So, with PowerPoint, I would rather use the slide show that now, PowerPoint is just the power of points. PowerPoint will also will bullet you number in a way. Now, bullet you number in a with me. I had it here. Let's do more your time. So, I'm going to calculate number. I am now here. The concept PowerPoint, you can say, the whole person presenting to your audience, you will be creative. You can be as creative as possible. Now, what we are coming to learn here is simply how to launch, and then we explore basic functions of PowerPoint, and then we talk about what you can become after actually going back, sitting down around it, and do your own thing. You can do your own magic. Now, Power of point or PowerPoint is just there to help you first measure your creativity level. Ɛwɔ hɔ nom sɛ asɛ akɔyɛ sɛ flip chart anaasɛ chart anaasɛ adeɛ bi a ɛbɛboa wɔn to very creative. Now you can be creative by putting video, mixing video and photo and audio together. And the nipa bebree to make the PowerPoint. Ɛyɛ movie. PowerPoint. The nipa bebree to make the PowerPoint. Ɛyɛ movie. The nkwadaa yi nam yi n'ɔde ne phone kakra break time. Na anɔkɔ mo ba asɛn da kakra. Na ewura kakra. Na akɔ kakra. Na akɔ kakra. A typical school in Ghana. A typical school in Ghana. Maybe waka mo asɛm kakra slide the number. Na be show a typical school in Ghana. Wa owie no wa save no in a form a ɛyɛ readily available. Baabi a wɔbɛsɛn de akɔ bi onipa ni bi yɛ akɔ show. You can do that. You will look at that very soon. Now, a typical school in Ghana. Then now he brings the title is there, the subtitle. This is what happens every day in our schools. Now the next slide we'll talk about in the morning we go to the assembly. And these are some of the things we do in our assembly. So bring the bullets or the points, PowerPoints. This is what we do in our assembly. Then the points will come. And then the next slide will be a video. The video will be covering the whole slide so that immediately you enter the slide, the video will start showing. You can tell PowerPoint to do that. So that those are some of the things that can make you creative when you are working with PowerPoint. Now you can also use quality video, quality of multimedia, and then aspect ratio. Now, like I said earlier, you can enlarge a video you have imported into Microsoft PowerPoint over the whole screen or just a section of it. So while the text go around, the video will be showing. If you're going to be a worker, YouTube, when you go to YouTube and you're watching some video, you see the people, they will be teaching you. I've seen why we do some videos on YouTube. And if only he knew what he can do with PowerPoint. You see some people, when after designing, when after recording their content, they now have their own video, their own comments. Their comments will not be just audio. Their comments, they will be there. They will be commenting, and they will video themselves, place themselves on the content somewhere, maybe the down right corner or the top right corner or the corner somewhere. And then whilst they tell you what goes on, the content itself will be at the background, and then it will be showing. And then sometimes they will enlarge themselves to cover the whole screen. And then they will talk to you for some time, and when they want to draw attention to something, they will now minimize themselves in the corner again, and then the content will be shown. It is the PowerPoint. They use PowerPoint. They are not using it. So you can just say, they use Adobe Premiere Pro. No. You can use those software to do, but you can also use PowerPoint to create. So far as your machine is readily available with you, and PowerPoint can run on almost any machine. But Adobe Premiere Pro, these are software. You need high-spec machines to be able to run them. So copyrights on images and videos. You can also import videos, free videos. PowerPoint can give you free video from online, which you can use, or free images from online, which you can use to do your presentation. Maybe you are talking about flowering plants, or the cycle of maybe a butterfly. The life cycle of maybe a butterfly. You know what internet is. They just download, use the images, create your own slideshow. By the time you finish showing a 5-minute slideshow to the children, I want to see a change time. I will spend about 1 hour with the children. But I buy no and I'm not talking about the party. I'm talking about a buying. Because at the end of the day, party A the buy you, party B the buy you. There was something to be done, which none of them did. And you never network. You never discount. We are not this kind of and the Ghana is so you need a big party and they are going to move on. And yet, party in my they are buying. You need punch, and be a good time said, may the party be finished with my memories or the good party they must. So, you are just you know everywhere. Organization of slide and content. So you need to organize your slides very well and very smart. Organize them, and that's the power of point. Now, tips to designing a PowerPoint presentation. Now, after this training, I'll give you this slide so that maybe when at your own time you can read it. Tips on designing your own presentation. I intentionally leave this for the last because PowerPoint, the other way we need to use for the presentation. But the other candidate, we need to actually do something on there to get it well. And commit me the PowerPoint to the IM. But a better content, a baby, but you really you keep it very simple. You keep it very simple. Presentation, they are very simple. You need to read it. You know, we tell you presentation be a quite last. I was flattered. Now, I pray at the near many one page. No, be a second page. I am not 3 pages. And so some I can once and a 3 hours. And what company now page and you're reading the one line about 1 page. And then 2 bullets about 1 page. Then I'm not page, less congested. You can and then read that book. No, so I don't know how to do a big particular. You don't read them from afar. But I said, a clear beer, you can read. The beer or person with me extra active. And I said, actually, yes, or so you keep it very simple. Now you limit your bullet points, maybe 2 or 3 with you. Then if you think you have more points, go to the next slide. You on the title, you say continue. You are continuing from the first slide. Then you add the other bullets. So that is that. You give more room for media. So with PowerPoint, you can add more images, more videos, moving only. You can add them. That is it. You use quality graphics. So on the internet, there are various websites. The real design, I can give you a bunch of them. You can go there and download free stock videos, free images, high quality images, and use it for your projects. And then you can also have a central team so that you don't get lost in the middle of your presentation. The title now where you to make sure your presentation is around the title so that you don't get lost. And then you start talking about flowers. Because we show you all the videos. Very that the whole idea you are not talking about class. No, you keep the central theme of your slide so that you don't get lost. Now you use appropriate charts and facts and figures. Appropriate charts. You can also use charts. Your charts. Oh, Microsoft Word. Your charts. Pie graph, pie charts.
The histogram.
Excel. PowerPoint. But your time is here to be yes, I hear many more later on. When there is time, we can show touch on that. We will also we are with you. We are your colleague teachers. We are young people who will be anytime you walk to the office, we have the time you come and sit down, we can talk. And especially those who want to at least go further from here, we are always available. You can call me on Zoom. I can schedule a meeting after 2 o'clock. After 2 o'clock, I can schedule a meeting. You do not even need to come to the door. I can schedule a Teams meeting. We will talk lightly about Teams, Microsoft Teams. Now, Microsoft Teams, also for laptop here, we are the extra. What's a Teams also? With the IT of the Teams. My member said, let me use this opportunity to talk a little about this machine. This machine is Microsoft machine. Microsoft.com approved machine. And you say, oh, baby, our network are here. When you guys say, no, I can't just say Windows 11 is available. But if you want to use high spec machine, where they want it? Where you 80, but hey, I want to be installing Windows 11. This is what we use backdoor. There's a way of installing Windows 11 on machine because there is some support. Who else installing Windows 11? Because machine can also support something. Some support with some machine with some support. It means my wife here, maybe Windows 11. I don't know. Windows 11. So I just said, who is Windows 11 now? Graphics of Windows 11 is so high. If you're telling me your screen may blink. Your screen may blink here in terms of machine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Graphics. Oh.
Everybody see.
Serum. The family school. There be serum, which means that the process and answer the resource. The process and resource.
Awenga. It becomes awenga.
A little over 23, 24 watts. The power of launch is say, good bringing too much. Or yes, I have to draw attention and say, we're bringing me too much. But the only thing to do is you keep it very simple. You use colors. You use colors. You use colors. Now, in using colors, a man is young one and blue colors and you use
The man don't yard you.
But me, what I see is red and then violet.
More red.
I call it violet. And then this also red to me. And then blue, black, green, and then yellow. But the man there, how many colors for?
The move, the shit. We move. Purple. Yo. The man they forget it. I tell you, Turkish white. Ghanaian blue. Shit. Emma.
Now, let's dry our hands and then we can do it. Now, what is the time we live out there? Say, the person here is the time we live there. I want to start from the advantage areas. Because they are coming here in the same with but they are new, especially the men. They don't know what's going on.
No problem.
Okay, so that's Microsoft PowerPoint.
No, that. Media man or
PowerPoint, Microsoft 365.
Gladys.
The same way we are created through that point, we go to new blank presentation. Now, the first one with Word is blank document. The second one with Excel, blank worksheet. And then this one is blank presentation. Those are the different. Now, immediately you come here, the area here is what we call a slide. So you check down here and you see slide 1 of 1. If I should add a new slide, I'll come here and then just press enter to add a new slide. But you will realize that there is a difference between this slide and this slide. The only difference is that the first one is always called a master slide, and then the rest are other slides. Now, whatever you apply to the master slide, it will automatically apply to the rest of the slides. So, if for example I have 3 slides here, I have 3 additional slides, and I apply something. So, home, insert, draw, they are common with the other ones, and then review, view, help, they are common with the other ones. We cannot talk about them. The new one is design. How do we want our slide to look like? You don't have to now design, we can design your own thing, but you just stand here and choose a design. You choose a design. You choose a design, but when you are online, you have limitless possibilities. You have limitless, and that is why I will urge you for us all to create our Outlook email address so that we get access to Office 365. The Office 365 can do a lot. These are some of the things which you may not get here. These are some of the things. We have the designer here. The designer may not be on yours, but the designer will help you do this very easily. The designer will help you do whatever you want to do very easily. But we may need the internet connection. We may need an internet connection. So let's see. We may say, well, I need again with Wi-Fi and connection. Oh.
Right.
Connect, let's say
Password.
it's not connected.
In your flight mode, crew.
Password. Ẹ má di àwọn password yẹn lẹ́yìn ìdí tí ó lè wọ́n.
Or hack any you, ultimate hack,
Put 000.
and
Oh, yeah, okay, put 000. What's up, put 000? Look what
zero. How many they get? They get time.
0 something. I'm the time you have free Wi-Fi. 0 something.
The person, the band riser.
No matter what you do, no matter how neat you design it, somebody has seen it before. But with the designer, every day they keep changing it. What was at the designer yesterday
Password,
is not
yeah.
the same thing here today. And yet, one ahead. Tomorrow, when you check the designer, you will not see the same thing. But look what the designer does. We are coming to talk about water. So let's flip and add our this one. Right. Yes, sir. Not really update here now. Okay,
Try me.
Water. Water. Now, look at what the designer is doing without touching anything. Look at what the designer is doing. Automatically, the designer will start working around what you do. The first work you take. The designer will help you design whatever you're doing very easily. Very easily. Internet connection. So when you run it back down, automatically, without touching anything, you be there cost. We need by design, I have to be there, man. You to first one to apply to media. Automatically, the slideshow, media, automatically, the people get to know then we continue. Slides now actually to apply something similar to the first master to them. So automatically, how do you want it? So they are going to say, I want the art title. The art title should be on this side, then the rest should be on this side. Or I want designer to be closed. Or I want it this way. Until they open, we make it so automatically it will add. Usually, it is the master slide that contains more data. The art can just simple. I want it this way. For the third one to look like this. Then the fourth one to also maybe I'll add some charts. Okay, so I'll add some pictures so it should look like this. So that I put the picture in the round circle. I'll hide it behind the background. And the designer will help you to design whatever you're doing. Very simple, very easily. I said earlier, very easy, but it is simple. Very easy. You need to take your time and then you go through it step by step. So when you have steps now, then the easy part comes out. As one of steps now, and the demo they very hard. Yeah, very easy, but it is simple. As a very simple, you need to know the steps. So this is what. So you put in your details. It automatically. What starting slide show now? What starting slide show now? Automatically, people are going to say, oh, so now by clicking on this. What started slideshow now? So today we want to talk about water. So that becomes your master slide. Then immediately you press, if you are using this controller, immediately you press the forward key on the next line. Or you can also tell you can tell the Microsoft PowerPoint, you can tell the program that the slide should continue after every 5 seconds, or maybe after every 10 seconds, or at the click of your mouse. Okay, or you can even tell it that after 10 seconds, one click mouse button here now it's not going to change. These are some of the simple, easy things you can do with Microsoft PowerPoint. You're presenting your classwork. Then you're presenting your classwork. Reading now, which we have capture on your phone. I said earlier, so be our scanner. You can use your phone to capture the text in your textbook, you capture it, and then you even capture some of the images. Or even look for images similar to that, those you have with your essay. Mr. Mr. Siva. He is doing it in his school, even though he does not have internet access there. Ọmọ wọn ni a kò project àpéjú ẹbí ẹtì subject náà kó tẹ̀lé lọ so ní professor ní kó projector wá ó yẹ òbí bíbí tó ẹbí then you come to the percent. Because ẹ̀fẹ́ wá tún wá sí ayẹ presentation ẹ̀fẹ́ máa wà ní China is simple or not but it takes time to prepare your materials before you bring it to the class. And except by now, we are put to the internet and then using all these facilities. But in America, I find any party, mine. So automatically, the national box now they will know automatic one they will be. That is what the designer will do. Automatically, one will be. But when I say we are one there, we wait me here. But still, the designer will give you more ideas. Because the who ye, let me here come more. We say okay, designer, I know. Okay, boom. To change it. And one that fits in the corner. And when you put out the break, after completing round circle, now they have to walk. No matter how you possibly, like imagine a circle, no that break. That's how designer to do. I don't think I'm going to be I didn't me and talk. I had less than 5 minutes. Like that one of our only do every single one. Say, who needs less than 5 now? What is just great? And Outlook account, you get access to this. You will be using it on your own. Just because even they are working here not specified. They didn't give me into a out but a little about $100. They want me to specified. Yes. What's the little specified now? Teachers. A little about.
150.
Teachers now.
It's almost
A whole lot.
All the features you don't have in your normal office. To use them, you need the internet. And what is the essence of buying it? When you can use it for free. You see, all the other features that the designer and all the features you need, they need the normal PowerPoint. You need the internet to use them. If you want the essence, just create an account. And be using it online, you are good to do. When you finish it, you either save it in your drive, or embassy on drive, one drive, how we can get it to drive. And then you save it locally on your drive the more we can access your phone, so you can access your here. But when you save it to locally, you can do it on your pen drive. So that is that. More ideas. You can click and then it will now give you the other ideas. Once you send the idea of the elements, these are some of the things you can use for the time to make what you need on here. If there are not now, let's use save as because we have already saved it and we have not made any changes. Now, we were talking about this extension. It is Open Document Presentation. At first, it was PPT, PowerPoint Presentation. But now, they call it Open Document Presentation. Why Open Document Presentation? Because you can add a lot of things. It is limitless. You can do your editing in PowerPoint. It's very easy. But yes, I keep saying this. It is not simple, but it is very easy. Once then what makes it very easy is knowing the steps. But without the steps, it becomes so clumsy. That is why I keep saying it is very easy, but not simple. Because the steps will make it very simple and easy for you. But without the steps. Now let's look at most of the other extensions. Let's look at most of the other extensions. That is the save as time. Open that we have the PowerPoint presentation. And if you are saving for audience, anyone now they come out and now you got a contract to say yeah presentation man or for you or baby. Ah, we man so the man who you say yeah. Computer power is really old machine. Save it PowerPoint presentation. The year of old 2003 as a usually baby. And I better still PowerPoint 97 to 2003. So and I template. Na ọkọ àbẹ̀bí òwe yìí yẹ dẹ́ba. Sẹ micro school one use the second one macro enable presentation. Ẹ̀nà nọ àwọn ọmọ nígbà tí mi ngúsù yẹ presentation náà ó ti bí kìlẹ̀kì ẹ̀fẹ̀ ní fọ́ọ̀mù wọn. Wọ́n wá sẹ́ni fọ́ọ̀mù wọ́n á sọ wọ́n ti fọ́ọ̀mù then you continue your presentation. So we save as PDF or you see PDF class across you can save Excel as PDF, Word as PDF or Word as PDF. I said it earlier. And the other one here, they are essentially the same thing. Just that get the time and read you know what the extensions do. So thank you, Michael, for hearing us to this again. Sometimes some people they need certain things but they may not. So internet is just network. The last three letters, internet, interconnection of computers or a network of computers. So inter and net is just a network or one group of computers. The computers are having the information we are looking for. A big or a big computer issue, a big or a big computer issue, a big issue or big computer so baby, a big issue or big server so baby. It is search here now. Browser, aboa when you access to those files, you can open. If you are private, the do search here, you don't get access to them. If you feel open, the do search here, automatically you get access to the people you use for your own. Now, there are two things you may need before you can access the internet. Before you can access the internet, you may need two things. Now, this is how I usually operate it. Let's quickly open it. You may need. Now let's open our Microsoft Edge. When we open our Microsoft Edge, it automatically wants to connect to the internet. So at the top there, let's try typing something google.com and press enter. We are nearly the entire country. Now you need a network cable to connect to your computer. Network cable. Some network cable will come from connected into a modem or a router. If you say check your network cable, modem and router. Without them, you cannot get. If you can be a mobile phone where you are hotspot. Mobile phone now, you are hotspot now. All of it, a Sunday, any internet will phone a unison. Any internet, ever computer, modem, and a router, by the router, and the TV hotspot. Modem and it is access internet. What a modem does is that it helps us to access the internet. Without a modem, who are router and the our friend. But router and I'm one network computers here or any router and okay work. I can network all these computers. Your wireless router. I can wirelessly connect all these computers. We may work together. It makes me simplify the computer issue. Makes me simplify. So far as I said,
my computers not here say they the same data and network. Now I say one security code I'm managing now. Sharing files is not difficult. But when there is no modem, the network is just local. And using your local area network now without the internet. You cannot access the internet with the local area network. Unless there is a modem in the network which have access to an internet service provider, then you can enjoy the network. But the American say to be able to access the internet, except we provide service in the month. It's empty and not grow too. Now, say, who bet me any ya provide service number who will Microsoft who will check. Airtel, Tigo, MTN, and on the check number by way of providing the service for you. Now, say we need modem. My brother, forget it. You cannot access the internet. And you can say, I may be a camel. Near modem, but you already say, they can say you have to say, at the same time, like you do a cheap condition. Now you are shallow. Then you start browsing. I don't know modem. I know near router. I need a modem. If you router via no, it means internet service. You need modem. All right. So these three basic things you need before you can access the internet. A network you go, a modem, router, and then the internet service provider. Personal email and calendar, and then when we open, we my log in, Hendra, we log into the this thing, so automatically I have to log out.
Check this out. Check this out.
We have to quickly sign out. And then we use a blank area. Now, maybe we'll be the only outlook. You are not on the young family because I usually get the right and usually there. It will be only outlook account. Yeah, yes, yes, but we cannot use the internet for free. So calendar, outlook, and will serve as email. Which may usually those extensions as an email. But maybe we'll go for that. We will go for that.
Daud, yes, man.
Now, when you get there, enter your old email address. Your email address now they here, MTC.